Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we are going to clean that scary shed over there. That is a shed that has been many things in the household here. It has been a kid's playhouse, it has been outdoor storage, and for the last couple of years it's housed my pottery wheel. Now I went gung-ho into pottery a couple of years ago, but then I kind of lost interest, and the pottery wheel's been in there and random tools have been in there, but it's also been filled up with other junk like power tools and summer toys and all sorts of junk like that. So I'm going to reclaim the space, we're going to clean it out, and we're going to set it up the way it should be for a pottery studio. But first, we're going to have a word from our sponsor, This Month's Craft. Are you craving a fun new way to relax, learn something new, and make something beautiful? Let me introduce you to today's video sponsor, This Month's Craft, your easiest way to discover a new craft every month without the hassle. Trying a new craft alone can be overwhelming. Researching, hunting down supplies, following confusing guides, and hoping it's actually your thing. But with This Month's Craft, they handle all the prep for you. Every month, a fresh project arrives at your door, packed with premium materials and simple instructions. Just open the box, dive in, and enjoy. No stress, no extra shopping, just pure crafting joy. Perfect for beginners or pros, these kits help you express your style and maybe even find your new favorite hobby, all from home. Plus, flexible subscriptions, free shipping, and 30-day money-back guarantee make it risk-free. Ready to try? Head to thismonthscraft.com and unbox your creativity today. Use coupon code FRUGAL20 to get 20% off your first box. I want to thank This Month's Craft for sponsoring today's video. Now let's dive into the pottery shed cleanup and makeover portion of this video. I haven't been in this shed for about 2 years to do any pottery, so we're going to take a look at the state of it and then get it ready for some pottery this summer. So it's a beautiful day. It's about 75 degrees here, and I really want to get out here to make some stuff, but the state of this place. So when some place gets unused, things get stashed, and we've got a saw that I'll need to relocate on the bottom there. I did just tuck that subscription box in there because this video was sponsored by This Month's Craft, and there was a clay kit. So I thought, oh, let's put that out here with this clay. And then I've got a shelf with some underglazes that are actually there. They can be put on greenware. So I bought them thinking I could put those on stuff and just have them fired twice without me having to do anything in between. I haven't used them though. There is junk in those boxes. There's some rollerblades in there. I think we'll get into it, but I just wanted to show you how things are looking right now. That mirror is filthy. I use it so I can kind of see how my pots are looking as I'm doing them. Look how dried up. Look how dried up the waste clay is, and we got spider webs. Oh boy. We got some pet shampoo in there for some reason. Oh, there's a little pot that I made. I use this to put my rings in when I'm working on the wheel so I don't lose them. And that's just a greenware. I should resin it or something. But yeah, it's looking a little, we got a little defunct nest up there. That looks like it's got some ants crawling around it. Boy, not for the faint of heart. But yeah, I wanted to have a good before. We've also got a snow sled, a boogie board, and my beach chair. So yeah, these guys are going to have to find new homes. And my pickleball net. Yeah, we've got an alive trap for some reason. So much stuff, so much stuff. Well, I'm going to start pulling some stuff out of here, and I'll let you know when I've made a little progress. I found some cloths that were really gross, so I put some bleach and dish soap there, and they are soaking before I wash them. I took the pan off the pottery wheel and brought it out here for a good hose down, and I've just been bringing stuff out of the shed, and then it occurred to me, what if the pottery wheel no longer works? So I brought out an extension cord, and I am happy to report that it does work. Do I have it turned on? Hold on. It does work. So, phew, it could have been all for naught, but luckily it's fine. I'm a little overwhelmed. There's been so much mouse poop. It's gross, but we're getting through it, and I don't know if I'll finish it today, but I'm gonna keep working anyway. I think this is gonna be pretty underwhelming, but I did sweep everything up. I swept down the walls, I pulled everything out and put everything back except for the big toy boxes. And yeah, just pretty much got everything cleaned up, washed the mirror, washed the windows, even though they probably don't look it. Don't know about that piece of plywood. I could ask my husband if he wants that somewhere else. But that's where I usually set my clay and tools. This is where I set some finished pottery. And on those boards I'll put finished pottery, and then I've got a little shelf up there for finished pottery. And yeah, I put everything back in pretty much. Wiped everything down. And I put the beach chair back in here because it's really easy for me just to reach in here and grab it when I want to go to the beach. But yeah, I got a big bag of trash to put out tonight for trash day, and then I'll check in one more time once I get this all, I don't want to say prettied up and get your hopes up or anything, but it is 100% less mouse poopy in here, and I think that's a win. I decided to hang my little canvas pieces on hooks, that way they won't become a mouse amenity next winter, hopefully, and I can still have those canvases ready to go. And I'm just using these inexpensive clips from the Dollar Tree. You can always find them in the checkout, but they're really great for that. And I want to have these handy for when I need them. And then this towel is just nearby to wipe my hands off or put on my lap while I'm throwing. Yeah, hopefully less mice this year. Apologies, I don't have makeup on. I was not intending on being on camera today, but hello, I'm organizing a bit. We love to organize, don't we? So this shelf here, I've just stuck in the corner, kitty corner. Sorry, I can't really back the camera up more because we're in really tight quarters. And I've got this drawer of stuff right here, and I'm going to organize it in these little jars. So maybe I can put those there so you can see them at least. Maybe I can scoot up. All right. Yeah, this is the second time I've tried to film this. I also have a big brick of clay over here. I buy my clay in 50-pound boxes, and this is like a 25-pound bag I've used out of this, and then I have another 25-pound bag still in reserve, and I've got some terracotta clay. So I'm just like, I think I'm just going to bring up one box at a time. The rest can stay downstairs. That way, if I don't get through this in the summer, I won't have to drag it back downstairs. Because you're not supposed to let your clay freeze, because commercial clay, I think, has some plasticizers in it. Anyway, I'm going to organize my tools by the type of tools they are. So I'll just scoot these over a bit. These are just some like rotary cutters. They're from Makin's Clay. I've got scrapers. A scraper can be something you buy for pottery, or can be a gift card. Like you can use that for compressing the edges and getting smooth edges. You can use cake decorating or mixed media tools for doing the same thing. They're much cheaper than buying clay tools. I have this catalyst wedge, which is a really fun one. This is another rolling out tool. I'm going to put that in here. Is it better if I put the, maybe, what if I do that? Would that be better? I think that might be a little bit better to see. Gosh, I hope my camera stays up. Okay, it's weird not filming in the studio. I've got some more random sponges here. I'm just going to put those with these sponges that I have. These are your typical pottery sponges. I've got some wire cutters. I'm going to hang these from a nail on the wall. I might have to put a new nail, or you know what, I might hang them from one of those nails. Gosh, it would be handy to have them over here by the clay though. I need to put a nail. We'll put a nail there. That will make sense. Also, my calipers are way up there. I can't reach them where I am. So I have a bunch of just double-ended clay tools. These are by Arteza. I'm going to put these needle tools, what I use the most, but these double-ended ones I'm going to put right in there. Loop tools, I'm going to put somewhere else. I'm going to put loop and kind of like hook type tools in another jar. This is kind of, it's a sculpting tool. I'm going to put the sculpting tools in with these tools here. Hopefully they're all showing up. Any of these plastic sculpting tools will go in those with the ones I've used for polymer clay in the past, because I think I would reach for these at similar times. I might need another thing. I also have this pot of tools, which if I've got one category that's a little bigger, then I'll go with that. Oh, wood tools, wooden tools. We'll put those together on a shelf right now, and then I'll put them all together. I've got an X-Acto knife. That's a trimming tool. Oh gosh, I'm thinking I don't want to put it in a jar because I'm just afraid that I will poke myself. If you wonder what this pool noodle was in here, that's actually so I can stab my tools into it. Sometimes I have it on the edge of this bench, but right now it's on the bench behind me. But yeah, let's put plastic tools in here. I don't know if this is very entertaining or not. For some reason I have 2 watercolor half pans. I have no idea why. Maybe I was going to use them with glazes. Maybe they were just tossed in there indiscriminately. Who can say? We're putting loops together, so loops in there with our other trimming tools. Gosh, doesn't seem like that should be pointy side up, does it? That seems like a bad idea. Oh, this is a little texturizing tool, like if you're joining like a handle to a mug or you're joining 2 pieces of clay so you can score. It's a scoring tool, kind of like what you'd use a needle for, so I'm going to put it in the needle tool thing. And then another plastic one, but you know what? Some of this tool is short, so I'm going to swap these out. I'm going to probably have to put those in a bigger one, but there, that way it will stick above the edge and I can see it. More wooden tools, more plastic tools. Yeah, the plastic tools are gonna... I could probably fit most of the things in here, to be honest. I don't want anything too tight. I might just end up putting everything in one pot, to be honest. And I'm not bothering to clean these wooden tools because they're just gonna get gross again. Needle tools. 2 more needle tools. Those are precious. Those are what we're always reaching for. We're gonna stab ourselves with. 3 needle tools, 4 needle tools. Everyone gets a needle tool. You get a needle tool. You get a needle tool. That brush I would use with a scoring thing, so I'm putting that there. This is what I was using for calipers, but now I actually got pottery calipers, so that's in it. Oh, look at that. There's little mouse poops in there. How disgusting. We'll have to go clean that before we look at that as a serious option for storage. And it's a file for sanding. Sanding the greenware with a mask. Be safe out there, guys. Okay, it's pretty well organized. I'm going to go dump that out. I'm gonna go clean this and finish putting these, organizing these. I might get another jar. I don't know. I just don't want them so crammed that I can't pull something out easily when I'm working, because that's when I need to grab something. Oh, we got some more ribs here. These little things for compressing the edges of the pottery. And I've got a few random underglazes. I'm just going to put them on the shelf in the back because these can actually go on greenware, so that when I take them in to be glazed, I can say just do a bisque glaze and then just do a clear glaze on everything. The clay I use is white, so it's just either going to be white and glossy when I'm done after a bisque glaze and a glaze, a bisque firing and a glaze firing. Or if I want to do that to the greenware, it'll have a very earthy kind of subtle look to it, which I don't know, I thought it'd be fun to try. So, oh, here's a couple other. This is a stick tool that I made, but you know what? I don't think this is the best idea. I think what I need to do actually is, this is so you can, like, say you're making a pot and it's kind of deep, like a vase or something, and you want to pull out the water. You have a sponge on a stick and then you stick it down in there and it will grab the water. But this type of sponge material was not as absorbent, so I'm going to go and use your typical pottery sponge here, I think, and just make my own little guy here. And I think this will work a little bit better, actually. Yeah, and that will be my stick tool, my absorbent stick tool. See, I think as potters we make, I say as potters like I know what I'm doing, I think we make a lot of our own tools, and I'm so sorry for my state of being today, but I think we make a lot of our own stuff, and that's the best tools, the things that we make ourselves. So go, give it a try. You don't have to have a pottery wheel, just get some clay and have some fun. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this up in here, and then I'll bring you back for the final reveal. Well, this is pretty much it. I mean, it's not fancy or anything. We got the wheel, we got the mirror, so we can see what's going on the wheel from the other side. There's my little shelf, my clay. I put the noodle on the edge of that toy box, and you can see I have a needle tool sticking in it. So when I'm sitting at my chair there, I can just stick whatever tool I'm using, especially sharp tools, into that noodle, and I can reach it and not lose it, because that's why I have so many doubles over there, because I lose stuff. I put a couple nails on the wall for my wire cutter, for my clay cutter and the caliper, and I feel like I'm pretty well good to go and to start making pottery. That's just for putting some stuff, finished stuff on. That's a bow and arrow that has nothing to do with pottery, but I have no other place to put it. It won't fit in any of the boxes or shelf to store greenware until I can fire it. And then we have our poop-free towels hanging up, ready to go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you've enjoyed this little pottery room cleanup, and you can let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like to do pottery? Yeah, it's nice to have little benches here where I can wedge clay, and I can use those little canvas covered plywood boards there. So it's not fancy. You really don't need much to do pottery, and luckily it's not very expensive, so as I ebb and flow and come in and out of this hobby, I don't feel too badly about stuff just kind of sitting there. But there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out our sponsor, this month's craft. I'll have it linked down below along with any special offers. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.